Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the greatest recordings ever. And today we are talking about Star Wars, the original motion picture soundtrack. Now, Star Wars soundtracks have gotten rather complicated because there have been so many Star Wars movies. Remember, there was The Return of the Jedi, The Empire Strikes Back, and A New Hope was the first one. So this now says Star Wars, A New Hope. I just knew it as Star Wars. It was the Star Wars, the first one. That's what we all called it. You know, the original, the one, the only Star Wars. And then there were like the ones with Princess Amendola. I don't know. I didn't even see the rest of them. I didn't care. I really didn't. I mean, I just got sick of the whole thing. But I never got sick of the music. I did not, because the music is absolutely wonderful. Fabulous, terrific, a classic in the history of soundtrackitude, and this wonderful recording. This is the extended special edition or something, but there have been a zillion things in boxes and whatnot, and you know, it's customary, unfortunately, in the classical music world, as in the world of film music to a certain degree, to be extraordinarily snobbish about it, you know, to be suspicious of success, to try and denigrate an achievement, which, I mean, this was an amazing achievement. Star Wars as a movie was the return of the swashbuckling Western or Errol Flynn kind of adventure type movie, only in outer space. And the score was famous for its recollection of Hollywood golden age movie music. The stuff we all loved by people like Korngold and Korngold and people like that, you know. Well, I mean, Waxman, and you know who they were, all those guys. And really, it was an epochal event, an iconic event in the history of film scoring. And John Williams deserves all the credit for it. And, you know, he's one of those people that I've been following, you know, sort of the film music boards and things like that, just because I'm curious about what those people are thinking. And it's just like classical music. You know, there are people who know a lot and who are really obnoxious about it. And there are people who are the tastemakers. And John Williams sometimes gets lots and lots of praise. I mean, he's very popular. He's got a huge following. So there's that. But then there are the people who are like, oh, he's derivative. He stole everything from Holst and from Vaughan Williams and all that stuff. And it's not an original note. And, you know, that's just so not true. I don't know if Star Wars is his greatest score. I mean, I tend to like Jaws, for example, better, because I think I thought the movie is, you know, more interesting in some ways, and the pictures of the music go together particularly well. But they do here also. They really do. I mean, you know what matters? As Toby, the greatest of music snobs. Now, Toby is actually was anti-snob, which was fascinating. You know, Toby was this famous musicologist critic who wrote essays in musical analysis, and he was notoriously anti-snobbery, while at the same time being the biggest cultural imperialist you ever met in your life, which is just phenomenal the way he managed to balance that out. And he thought Mahler was great because he was antiseptic against snobs, and so is Star Wars, because it's just great music. And what matters, as Toby always said, is not who does something first, but who does it best. And in music, the criterion for greatness, in a way, one of the criteria, let's just put it that way, is it the right thing in the right place? Does it do what it's supposed to do? In other words, it's honesty and integrity. And that's what this has. Honesty and integrity. It was the right thing in the right place, and it does it fabulously. It gets the job done. And it was magnificently recorded by the London Symphony and issued on RCA Victor here. It's on BMG. And it was just a great, great thing. And I always I used to love reading gramophone reviews where they all talked about, American orchestras had that Hollywood slickness of sound, which was amazing considering that like all of the movie scores were recorded with the London Symphony in the UK. Talk about Hollywood slickness. No, it was the English orchestras that sounded like the Hollywood orchestras of yore. And they certainly do here, and it's fabulous. It's absolutely, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, that's that snobbery coming out again. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And at the bottom line, it's all about money. It really is. People resent success, especially incredibly cultured people of exquisite taste and high standing who are poor. There is nothing they hate more than success and people making money at the things that they claim to be the taste makers and opinion makers. That's supposed to be a bad thing. And it's not a bad thing. It's a great thing. And this, my friends, is one of the greatest recordings ever. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.